desert. All bed in the herd.
Well, as the madness continues around the globe, right here on the homestead, I'm pushing myself to grow more food. With everything's going on, it's inspiring me to grow more and more. So the past couple days have been long hours of work around the homestead, and my body is feeling it. Sore in a number of places. Yeah. And I'm just fatigued. And but I learned a number of things from bodybuilding. I used to compete, and I was a professional natural bodybuilder. But through bodybuilding, I learned a number of things. One is there's times where you just have to push yourself to do what you don't want to do or don't feel like doing to get to the next level. When I was bodybuilding, it was one thing to get up, to go to the gym, to push yourself to do that, to get to the next level. But to get up, to do it, and to do it day after day and take things to the next level, especially when I was competing for a championship, to do the extra things to get to that top-notch level. So I'm trying to keep that in mind as I'm feeling it right now, but I want to take the homestead to the next level. So right now what I'm doing is I'm pulling up, and I pulled up the landscape fabric that I left here a little bit too long, and some dock has grown up and was growing up through it, so I had to wrestle that out a little bit. But I'm gonna let the chickens, my feathered co-workers, come in here and prep these. There's some newer beds that we started towards the end of last year, and just help get it tilled up and prepped, so later on we can have this area worked on and also give them some fresh vegetation at the same time. Alright, so these are some beds that they just have been working on, and it's time to move them out because they've pretty much gotten everything that they're going to get out of here, and they've added some nice manure to the soil to add some nutrients to it. So next we're going to adjust their fence so that way that it comes alongside here and opens up and goes to here where they can start working on here. So it's time to adjust the fence. Alright, so part of the team has joined me. The kids are here, and they're having fun along with me. It rained last night and early this morning. So on top of the clay, which I really love, and now we have the moisture there with it. We're just sliding around as we're trying to move the fence, but we just about got it. We're gonna get the chickens to kind of go in this portion of the fence while I can extend it over here. But Selah has a trick that she wants to show everybody on how she can get the chickens to go where she wants them to go.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right. Doing a great job holding up the fence. Way to go, Micah. Way to go, Josiah. You ladies just hanging out too? Enjoying the scenery? Wondering what we're doing?
Here, I got it.
All right, what you got there?
It's some dock tied to a string.
All right, let's see it work.
You want the one with it. You want the one with it. Chick. One with it, baby. No, I can't run. On the floor. When it rains, they get chick.
So I follow around behind her and help her. There you go. You're doing a great job, Selah. Getting them to come through there. There you go. You're doing a good job, Selah. It's not working that well. Walk over there, yeah. Walk away. Alright, so Selah, your idea is kind of working, so I'm going to hop in and just give a little bit of extra hand and encourage them to come over. You got most of them to go over there, though. Josiah's helping you out. Come on. Come on, that way. That way. There we go. Here we go. That way. Alright. Now we'll just close this side up. so they won't come through there. And then now we adjust. That took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, but I decided to open it up so that way they could start clearing out around these trees too. Eventually I'd like to clear this area out down here and have it as a more longer term duck areas down here closer to the pond, make it easier to release them into the pond, but just making progress one step at a time. So now we're gonna let them come and try out their new grass. All right, so they all look happy in their new area, and I think it's mostly secure. We have to add a pin or two here or there, but it's time to get back to work in the garden. Got a number of things we need to do up there. So it's one of those days when you're not feeling like you want to do it, and then you got to come out here and conditions aren't exactly favorable for you, with it being yucky and wet. So hopefully the rain holds off. But while we were setting up the fence, I did notice a frog here. It's right under here. Let's see if it's still there. There it is, right there. Pretty cool. Check out those colors. There. That's pretty neat.
He's awesome.
So Josiah, you like that frog?
Yeah.
You wanna pick it up? Just don't lick it.
Yeah. Don't touch it either. Why?
Trying to pull him out of there.
Hey, okay.
You got him? Whoa, he jumped right out.
He's fast.
Wow, he has an interesting back. Like a little humpback there.
He's like a camel.
Yeah, let's see that.
Can I go inside? Why, you're grossed out of the frog?
Look at that. It's a pretty cool looking frog there.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, it's pretty calm. So we're just gonna go ahead and put him up out of the way and somewhere safe and let him stay around. Frogs and toads are really good to have on. They help keep the pest control under control. Well, it's starting to rain. I thought the rain was gonna hold off, but we'll just have to see. It's just sprinkling right now. We'll see where it goes, but there's a lot of things I want to get done. One is the tarp that I just pulled out, the landscape fabric that I just pulled out of the area from down there. I really want to get this bed prepped right here. This is one that we worked on just the other day. Got it planted with squash there. So next I want to go ahead and add some compost in here, fertilizer, and put this landscape fabric out. And then we can transplant some lettuce that needs to be transplanted, if the rain will allow us to do so. If it doesn't, we're just gonna have to move right into the caterpillar tunnel, which I also need to get some work done. We have some lettuces ready to be harvested. I'm not gonna harvest it today, but I am gonna go ahead and prep 2 other beds that are in there, as well as pull out. We have some volunteer tomato plants that have started in there, so we're just gonna take those out and put them in planters, trays, sales for right now, and so that way we can put them where we want them to grow. We're not going to grow tomatoes in there this year. We're going to grow them in the main greenhouse there and go from there. We're just going to see. So I'm going to go ahead and start here, putting the compost and fertilizer in, and hopefully I'm able to make some progress and actually able to get it done before I get poured down on. Hopefully it doesn't pour down. Alright, so the bed is finally ready with the landscape fabric on it. And while I was doing that, Josiah and Micah were kindly taking care of the tomatoes, the volunteers that we wanted to transplant. So we're going to put those in some trays, some cells for them to be transplanted along with the tomatoes that we have growing in our grow room. So the rain has been on and off, and not really hard, but just enough to be annoying. And these are the kind of days that you just want to sit back and be comfy. But you know what? Sitting back and being comfy on a regular basis does not achieve greatness, does not achieve the goals that I have, nor that you may be setting in your life. Yeah, it'd be easy to be sitting inside right now watching Netflix or playing video games. Yeah, I used to be a video game junkie when I was a kid, sports and video games, but life's changed. Bigger goals, bigger aspirations, which means harder work and more diligence. So next we're gonna come through and transplant the lettuce here and lettuce in this landscape fabric here, as well as, since they gave us a bump with doing that and speeding me up, I want to come over here. We have more squash that needs to be transplanted, and I'm gonna do some in this raised bed here. So we'll clear it out. Shouldn't take too long, and put some squash in here. Last year we did the Murasaki peppers, the Japanese peppers, and they were great. So switching it up this year, and we'll put those peppers out somewhere else this year. Here's where we have our lettuce. It is a 128 cell plug here. And what I like to do is to pop these out, is I just like to use some type of pin, just to kind of push it out just like that. And then you can take out your transplant there. These weren't pelleted seeds, so we do have a few more in there than I would like. You can separate them. But for leaf lettuce, I have found as long as you don't have too many of them in, it mostly does fine without separating them. As you can see here, we got a couple trays. We got some work to do. Alrighty, so we're making a lot of progress, and one of the things that I've noticed is about the 200 cell tray, which we're using for the first time. I like the transplants. There's still some things I got to perfect on it, but I can pretty much transplant them with one hand. And look who's made a cameo appearance for today.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
I meant the sun, but Lacie too. So overall, definitely glad got up and start moving, and feel a little more energized than I did earlier today. But sometimes you just gotta push yourself. What do you do, Lacie, when you find like you don't feel like you want to go, but you need to go? How do you get over that, overcome that?
Like you say, you just have to start somewhere. Maybe just make yourself a cup of coffee or something that you like, and just kind of hit reset maybe.
One of my mentors said, if there's something that you really don't want to do, but you really have to do it, he says, just spend 5 minutes working on it. And usually after you spend 5 minutes working on it, you have a lot of momentum, and you end up spending a lot more time, and you actually start feeling good about what you're doing.
Do you want me to get another tray of the green lettuce to go ahead and fill the rest of this bed out?
Yes, please, that would be fantastic. And I really like to have a pattern for the most part. And for most of this bed, we have green, red, and I have that down there in our other beds as well. But we have run out here, and just gonna have to be straight green the rest of the way. So, man, won't be able to finish my pattern, but have it in most of this bed. What do you think about patterns, Selah? You like to have a pattern?
Yeah, they're pretty.
That's why I like it too. It just looks neat.
Find a fire truck.
Well, made it through the day, right there at the finish line. Whew. Next, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish prepping this bed here, fertilizer, and then putting in some of this squash here, and then I'm calling it a day. Started the day, I didn't even think I was gonna make it this far. I had my hope, thought I would, but Was not feeling it for sure. I know some of you are been sitting inside as you're quarantining and on lockdown. What have you done today? Let me know in the comment section below. It's crazy what's been going on, but I hope that with what's going on, has been going on, that it inspires some of you who may be on the fence to grow more of your own food. I know it has inspired me to grow even more, so I plan to do just that as long as I'm able. God willing. Well, back to work. Oh look, there's some geese on the pond. It's always nice to see the geese come by. We usually have a pair that comes each year and hatches some goslings, so that is neat to see. It's also neat to sit here and, as I'm catching my breath for a moment, see the chickens enjoying the fresh vegetation and the ducks hanging out too. So a number of those are from Murray McMurray, and we're really happy with how they're coming along, and they should start producing eggs pretty soon. So if you're looking to, in your desire to want to grow more food, start having eggs or meat birds on your homestead or your place, considering getting some chicks or ducklings from Murray McMurray. Well, I'm gonna go back to work. I am finished for today. Despite not feeling like I could put in a full day and a full effort, I got up this morning, came out here, and put forth the effort, and now it's done. Feels good about it. Oftentimes, when I'm doing things on the homestead, I often reflect on the pioneers and people who really, really lived off the land. And I'm sure there were many days where they didn't feel like doing the work that they had to do. But they had to do it for survival. Who knows, we may have to be doing it for survival as well one day. We'll just have to see. But I feel my role is the provider, and I need to get out here and do what I need to do to make sure that a family's taken care of. And that includes producing food out here for our business and for our family. Well, glad the day's over with. Let me know, how did you spend your day today? Maybe you're on lockdown somewhere, quarantining. Let me know, what did you do today? Hopefully you were still able to make it profitable and enjoyable. Let me know in the comment section below.
Stay true to that fire in